My name is Nadia Bunyan. I started as a fashion designer, and then I pivoted for the last 7 years, focusing more on sustainable fashion, and now returning to school to study my master's at Concordia. I have a focus on sustainability in fashion, community. How do we build sustainable societies, sustainable communities, and also thinking about the social, economic, political dynamics of what sustainability is. So my work, as well as a researcher, addresses all of this. Growing ARC is a nonprofit that I co-founded in 2022. ARC standing for Activate, Reciprocate, Cultivate, which is what I think of as our theory of change. We use the farm to closet process to discuss sustainability in a way that is much more, we think, approachable. With Growing ARC, we use education to really spread awareness on the different aspects of sustainability. This exhibition is really a way to discuss what I think is a lot of invisible care and work that doesn't always get the recognition that it deserves. There's an importance to this work. The people, a lot of them women, matriarchs who have been there from the beginning, really fortifying what is the foundation of our communities and continuing to do the work of care that makes having community spaces possible. You can't have social movements without these social connections. And that dynamic is really created and put together by these different aunties within our communities. The intention of this exhibition is really to shed a light on something that is very near and dear to me, and I think to many people, and to discuss the subtle things that they do that don't always get recognized. There's so many different types of aunties. There are aunties who are blood relations, and then there are those aunties that are community aunties, the ones that we know they were friends of the family, they were people that we know because we went to different community events and they were always there. And then there's the auntie on the street who you may not know, but there is a sense of connection because you come from the same community. There's a sense of knowing that you're being looked out for. Somebody's got your back. An auntie is a connection to community. An auntie is belonging. Let me tell you about my aunties. I have had women who have been stern, forgiving, funny, but always, always supportive. Always let me know that I mattered and that I was important. They have been my protectors, my caregivers. They were the place that I could go to hang out. My aunties have been so important to me, and I am proud, so proud when somebody looks to me and considers me an auntie. Because I know that without those support systems, I could not be the person that I am today. I could not do the work that I'm doing, and I would not have the confidence to go out and ask, not just ask, take space. My aunties have given me a foundation in which I can use care, understanding, and love to be militant. The idea for this exhibition came from a bunch of friends who would now be considered aunties, sitting together and talking. Everybody discusses how we can decolonize the space and what is an anti-colonial approach in terms of how we move forward. But I don't think we can do that without first taking a look at ourselves. And that for me began with thinking about the role of the different people who have made me who I am, what they contributed to my understanding of what it is to be a part of community, and the work that I do. That came from those community ties that I had and the importance of having aunties who were always looking out for me. So the seed for this exhibition was planted many moons ago. When anybody engages with the exhibition or work that I do, I want them to understand that this is my understanding, this is my perspective, and it's a reflection of that. I'm not telling anybody what to say or think, but understanding who I am and how I approach this work will make it possible for them to take it in and evaluate it given that context. I have an opportunity to have a conversation about something that is really important to me that I think needs to be recognized. And I have an opportunity to say thank you, because I would not be here and be able to do the things that I can do without having the aunties that I've had. My approach to this research was just thinking about conversations. We talk about oral history as a way to gather information and facts and document. I think about oral history as a way for me to feel connected and to learn. So that is part of my process. Taking the time to hear what people say, let them speak, and really let them open up. It takes time. It takes many calls and conversations, and each and every one is worth it to be able to document what I think is an important part of the Montreal Black community. I'm doing this exhibition at the McCord Stewart Museum because I've built relationships there. I don't think I would feel comfortable doing it at the museum if those relationships weren't present. And it didn't happen overnight. Those were things that were built. I'm very happy to be able to do it here because the museum has opened many conversations, uncomfortable conversations, but conversations that need to be had. I appreciate that. I appreciate having the opportunity to use the space to go deeper into some of those conversations. And I think it makes it the perfect place to put together this work, to think about what is Auntie's work, what is building community within an institution that is also asking itself, how can we be a better member of this community? How can we support the communities around us? This exhibition is filling a need to have this conversation and to recognize this work and to understand the importance of continuing this work. I would like visitors to walk away with a sense of understanding, belonging, connection. I want them to walk into this exhibition and feel like it's familiar, feel like things that they grew up with, that they're important and that they matter. They matter to who they are, they matter to our community, they matter to the connections that we make outside of our communities. I want this exhibition to be a place of reflection, to open the door to a deeper understanding of self, but also to open the door to make new connections. I hope that this exhibition is just a space for communities to come together.